Hello everyone. My name is Hengyu, a master's student from Junwei University. It is my pleasure to present our work Deep Pattern Network for Click-Through Rate Prediction. This work was done in cooperation with the Tencent Marketing Solution team of Tencent Corporate Development Group. Click-through rate prediction plays a pivotal role in industries like online advertising and recommender systems. Its goal is to predict the probability of the specific user clicking on a target item. Effective CTR prediction not only maximizes revenue for advertisers but also enhances user experience by delivering more relevant content. According to psychological studies, the entire user personality is linked to a variety of behavior patterns. These patterns can be defined as sequences of actions occurring in specific arrangements, such as purchasing a mouse pad and then buying a mouse as shown in the upper right figure. The user behavior sequence is composed of diverse behavior patterns driven by varying user interest. However, the existing SOTA methods uniformly model user behavior sequences containing diverse interests via a unified sequential model, overlooking the intricate modeling of the varied behavior patterns within. These methods solely focus on item-level dependency, neglecting the critical aspect of dependency modeling among patterns. Furthermore, many fixed behavior patterns frequently appear in recommendation scenarios as shown in the lower right figure, demonstrating they embed meaningful dependency information. Hence, exploring how to effectively leverage diverse behavior patterns in CTR prediction tasks is an intriguing research question. To fully leverage the information from behavior patterns, we extend target attention into target pattern attention to perform pattern-level interest aggregation. However, due to the multitude and complexity of behavior patterns contained within user behavior sequences, there are several challenges making it a non-trivial problem. In some cases, behavior patterns may not be continuous segments, which means some irrelevant items misclicked or driven by other interest may mix in. For example, in the upper right figure, the user interacts with the mouse pad, programming book, and mouse successively, but the programming book may not have a strong relationship with the pattern, mouse pad, mouse. So the first challenge is effective refinement of behavior patterns, which guarantees patterns to be more meaningful, with stronger interdependencies within the items in behavior patterns, and reduces the risks of introducing noise. Secondly, behavior patterns are subsequences of multiple items interacted with by the user, implying high-order item dependencies. Some behavior patterns exhibit high sparsity, leading to difficulty in dependency learning within them. What's more, user historical behavior records contain a plethora of complex user behavior patterns driven by different interest. Modeling all the behavior patterns incurs unacceptable computation costs, and the behavior patterns irrelevant to the target item may introduce noises. Consequently, efficiently retrieving target-related behavior patterns from the abundance of user historical behaviors is a crucial issue to address. To address the challenges above, we introduce a novel Deep Pattern Network, DPN, for the CTR prediction task. In contrast to existing user behavior modeling methods, DPN distinguishes itself by not only efficiently discovering effective behavior patterns but also introducing pattern-level dependency modeling. Firstly, for the efficiency of behavior pattern modeling, we introduce a target-aware pattern retrieval module, TPRM, to identify the top K target-related user behavior patterns. Secondly, we ingeniously integrate the two major desideratas of effectively refining behavior patterns and addressing pattern sparsity. To achieve this, we design an innovative self-supervised pattern refinement module, thereby avoiding excessive time and storage overhead associated with complex structural designs. SPRM is pre-trained by a self-supervised denoising task, specifically removing noise introduced by random augmentation of behavior patterns, enhancing the process of pattern refinement and optimizing pattern representation learning. Thirdly, DPN extends the concept of target attention to pattern level, proposing target pattern attention to model the dependencies between patterns. For detail, the target-aware pattern retrieval module aims to search for the user behavior pattern relative to the target item and category. we retrieve the positions with top K attention scores in the user interest extraction module to obtain similar behavior records with the target item. Then we take the subsequence consisting of the IDX_KTH interaction and the L1 interactions preceding it to be a behavior pattern. User behavior patterns are not always continuous segments, which means some irrelevant items misclicked or driven by other interest may mix in. DPN applies the pre-trained refinement network to refine the retrieved pattern to be more meaningful, which also ensures that subsequent pattern-level dependency modeling is more meaningful. We take sequential interaction records in the dataset as the original behavior patterns. We perform data augmentation by randomly mixing some sampled interaction records with the original behavior pattern. We use a two-layer transformer network as an encoder to extract behavior pattern representations. Then, we encode the representation into a logits vector O of length L by MLP to predict which interaction records in the augmented behavior pattern P August correspond to the raw behavior pattern P. Cross-entropy loss is used for pre-training based on self-supervised learning to guide the model in the refinement of behavior patterns. DPN extends the well-known target attention to target pattern attention to achieve interpattern dependency modeling. After obtaining the refined target-related user behavior patterns PK*, DPN applies the attention units to capture the dependency between the refined pattern PK and the target behavior pattern PT, resulting in pattern-level interest representation for CTR prediction. Okay. Next, let's move to the experiments part. First, we compared the overall performance of DPN. To comprehensively assess the performance of our proposed DPN, we conducted experiments on 3 public recommendation datasets and conducted a comparison with 13 state-of-the-art CTR prediction baselines. DPN outperforms other baselines on all 3 public datasets, showcasing its remarkable effectiveness and superiority. In contrast to the leading baseline, CAN, DPN exhibited relative performance improvements of 1.53%, 2.4%, and 2.95% on these datasets. The superior performance of DPN is attributed to the efficient extraction and sufficient utilization of user behavior patterns, and the follow-up in-depth analysis further demonstrates the significance of user behavior pattern information. Then, we performed the ablation study and compatibility analysis of DPN. By removing 3 key components of the DPN, we get 3 model variants. It can be observed that removing either component leads to performance degradation, proving that all components of the proposed model are effective and necessary. DPN is not only a specific model, but also a general framework that can be applied to most existing CTR prediction models. To verify our claim, we replace the backbone with other representative CTR prediction models and evaluate the resulting models by comparing them with the original backbones. The results demonstrate the broad generality and compatibility of DPN on different backbone architectures. Moreover, we perform the hyperparameter analysis of DPN. The key hyperparameters in DPN include 1. The number of target-related behavior patterns retrieved in TPRM, K, 2. The length of refined behavior patterns in SPRM, S. Optimal performance is achieved when the value of K is moderate across all datasets. This is attributed to the fact that when K is too small, the retrieved user behavior patterns are too limited to adequately reflect the habitual paradigm of users regarding the target item. Conversely, when K is excessively large, the retrieved user behavior patterns become contaminated with numerous target-irrelevant noise patterns, consequently leading to a degradation in the predictive performance of the model. Generally, higher-order behavior patterns lead to greater performance improvements. This phenomenon can be attributed to 2 key factors. On one hand, higher-order behavior patterns to some extent reflect information from lower-order patterns. On the other hand, higher-order patterns possess unique pattern characteristics, enabling them to achieve superior performance compared to lower-order patterns. However, higher-order patterns do not always yield better results. For instance, when comparing a 4-order DPN to a 3-order DPN on the Alipay dataset, there was a slight decrease in performance. This could be attributed to the dataset's lack of high-order behavior patterns. Therefore, an increase in the length of behavior patterns did not introduce valuable pattern characteristics and potentially introduced unwanted noise. To validate that DPN operates as designed, we employ a case study approach to elucidate the internal structure of DPN. The left figure illustrates the process of handling a real-world instance in DPN. From the insights in the case study, DPN seems to handle behavior patterns rightly. TPRM retrieves target-relevant behavior patterns, SPRM further refines the retrieved patterns, and TPA aggregates the refined behavior pattern representations while capturing the dependency among patterns. To further analyze the effectiveness of DPN, we design experiments to discuss the ability of DPNs to refine behavior patterns and model dependencies between behavior patterns by means of a more global visualization. To validate the effectiveness of refinement, we define intrapattern mutual information, intra-PMI, to evaluate the intradependencies within the pattern, referencing which extends mutual information to the multivariables case. Intra-PMI measures all the possible components of correlations among the behaviors within the behavior pattern, so a pattern with higher intra-PMI is a more meaningful pattern. To illustrate what intra-PMI means, a Venn diagram of information measurement among items within behavior patterns before/after refinement is shown in the upper right figure. Intra-PMI corresponds to the overlap of circles in the upper right figure, which measures the amount of all the correlations among the behaviors within the pattern. The intra-PMI of the pattern after refinement is significantly larger, that is, the circles corresponding to items are more closely knit, showing stronger intrapattern dependencies. To conduct a more general analysis instead of a case study, we visualize the cumulative distribution function of the intra-PMI of patterns before/after refinement on the TABA dataset as shown in the lower right figure. The CDF curves corresponding to the refined patterns are located below the ones before refinement, indicating that our proposed SPRM can make the mutual information of the patterns larger, that is more meaningful. To investigate which dependencies among patterns are valuable for the CTR prediction task and what models can capture, we use the concept of conditional mutual information, which is widely used in feature selection to reflect the correlation between features and labels for visualization. We select the top 3 frequent categories 47561005, 36073661, and 2355072, denoted as A, B, C for simplification, in the test dataset of TABA dataset for analysis. It is obvious that some dependency between the historical patterns and the target pattern is meaningful, with a higher value in the matrix, to CTR prediction tasks. Furthermore, we visualize the conditional mutual information between PH superscript PI and the predicted click-through rate hat Y given PT superscript PT for the DIN, DIN, and DPN on the test dataset of TABA dataset as shown in subfigure, BD. According to the visualization results, we can draw the following conclusions. Firstly, DPN can capture the valuable pattern-level dependency well. Subfigure A and D exhibit a noticeable correlation. On the other hand, DIN and DIN are completely unable to do so, as subfigure A is significantly different from subfigure B and C. Secondly, DIN and DIN are not aware of the target pattern. For example, regarding target patterns with the target category A, their corresponding columns in the conditional mutual information matrix exhibit strong cosine similarity, greater than 0.9, pairwise. Thirdly, DIN and DIN are not sensitive to historical patterns. For the patterns consisting of the same items, their corresponding rows in the matrix are obviously similar. DIN cannot handle the sequential dependency, so it cannot capture the pattern information. DIN handles the behavior sequence via a unified sequential model, modeling the global evolution of user interest while neglecting the local patterns. Well, that's about it for now. Thanks for your listening.